So July 2017, I got a medical discharge out of the Air Force after 11 years in the service. I had some back issues, and because of that, I just couldn't keep up with PT and kind of the requirements, the physical requirements of my job. So 2017 is kind of a crappy year for me. It's also the year we got the diagnosis of my son, who was 2 at the time, and he's got something known as Fragile X, and it's a genetic disorder, and it causes very severe intellectual disabilities and autism, and low muscle tones and food intolerances and a bunch of other quirky things. So not the best year for me. Kind of the one silver lining to this is that because I was getting discharged for medical reasons, the Air Force said, hey, we're going to give you $1,300 a month for the rest of your life. You know, no conditions attached. I can do with it whatever I like. So I get, VA disability now every single month. I get a check for about $1,300 a month. Now, there's a lot of talk out there about UBI, Universal Basic Income. Elon Musk is talking about it. Mark Zuckerberg is talking about it. And most notably is Andrew Yang. He's the Democratic candidate, and he is constantly talking about UBI.
And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income. I don't think we're going to have a choice.
We should explore ideas like universal basic income to make sure that everyone has a cushion to try new ideas.
If you've heard anything about me, you've heard that there's an Asian man running for president who wants to give everyone $1,000 a month. And all of those things are true.
And all three of these guys, they all believe that we need to enforce some kind of basic income to every American citizen out there. Andrew Yang's proposal is for $1,000 a month to every single U.S. citizen. Now, obviously, it's a pretty radical idea, and there's a lot of people speculating about what that would do to somebody. A lot of people are saying, oh, people would be lazy and they wouldn't be incentivized to work, and be all these negative consequences of just giving Americans $1,000 a month. But since myself and probably hundreds of thousands, if not over 1 million other disabled veterans here in America get a disability check every single month, no strings attached, completely unconditional, I think we make a pretty good case study of what this extra money in our hands will do, and what effect this has on our lives and how productive we are in society with this extra money. So I thought I'd tell my story about how this $1,300 a month that I get from the VA has impacted my life over the past 2 years. Because I gotta be honest, it's impacted it quite a bit. It's actually kind of changed the path and the trajectory of my entire life by getting this money every single month. So when I got discharged in 2017, that obviously wasn't my plan. My plan was to do a full 20 years in the military. I was at 11 years right then. So I'm losing my job, I'm losing my source of income. Most importantly, though, I'm also losing my health care for my family and my son who has all these disabilities. So when I got out of the military, I'm kind of faced with this dilemma about what my next step would be. Do I go and get a safe, secure job with health benefits, probably working for the government in DC, doing the same things that I did in the military? That's definitely one option I could have gone for. But honestly, that really didn't fit the lifestyle that I was stuck with, right? I have bad back issues, and I can't be lifting heavy equipment anymore like I did in the military. I can't be on my feet for hours and hours at a time like I used to be able to. Plus, I've got a son with disabilities. At this point in my life, Aiden was about 2, and he literally woke up almost every single night crying, and sometimes would be up for 30 minutes, sometimes would be up there for 4 hours. This was literally every single night he was doing this. So my wife and I, we actually had to sleep in shifts. I would go to bed at around 8 o'clock, wake up around 4. She would go to bed around midnight, wake up around 8 a.m. And that way, if Aiden wakes up early in the morning, I can take care of him. If he stays up late, she can take care of him. So having that traditional 9-to-5 job where I'm also spending an hour commuting to work and back every day, that really did not fit the lifestyle that I had and that I was kind of stuck with. So what I really needed was a job that had flexible hours so I can take care of my son, I can help him go to therapy. If he wakes up and he's up for 4 hours in the middle of the night, I can help out with that. And I also needed a white-collar job, right? Something where I can sit at a desk and I'm not lifting heavy equipment anymore. I'm not on my feet for hours and hours at a time just because of all the back issues that I have right now. So in the end, I settled on real estate. I became a real estate agent because it fits those criteria. It's flexible hours and I'm not on my feet for hours and hours at a time lifting heavy equipment. but going full-time as a real estate agent is very, very risky. This industry has an 87% failure rate. 87% of the people get their license, do not have their license 5 years later. They completely failed it. So it is a little bit more risky, and since it's 100% commission-based, it can be very challenging to break into this career, but it seemed like this would fit the lifestyle that I had perfectly. And this is the first way that this $1,300 a month check that I get really helped me out. Because I could have gone the safe, secure route, but I rolled the dice and I took the gamble and I went on the route that best suited my life. And I gotta be honest, without that $1,300 a month I was getting, I don't know if I would have gone that route. You know, at the very least with that check, I knew that I wasn't going to lose my house. I can make my mortgage payment. Some of that money could go towards putting food on my table. So we're not going to starve to death and go completely bankrupt in just a few months going this riskier route. And here we are 2 years later, and I'm doing very, very well as a real estate agent. I'm making as much money, if not more, than I was in the Air Force, and I have the flexibility that I need in my lifestyle. So I am really happy that I did go this route. It was very scary at the time and it was a big risk, but it really paid off for me. And honestly, I don't think I would have done that if I didn't have that stability of that basic income coming in every single month. Now I still have a lot of challenges in my life. Because of my son's disabilities, we spend over $20,000 a year just on health insurance and medical costs. My son goes to therapy 5 days a week. Sometimes he goes to 2 different therapy sessions in a day. We have to pay a copay on all of that stuff. You know, plus there's a lot of other medical issues not even included in that. You know, he's going to be in diapers for a very long time. He's got specialty foods that he needs. There's other therapies that we put him in that don't necessarily fall under health insurance. So we have a lot of medical expenses with our son. And this is just another way that this monthly check has really helped me out. Even now that I'm making a somewhat steady income as a real estate agent, having that monthly check just really helps out with all of our medical costs. You know, unfortunately my wife, she's actually the one with the college degree, not me, but she really can't work right now. She literally takes my son to therapy 5 days a week, sometimes twice a day, 2 different therapy sessions. There's no practical way that she could be a caregiver and take care of our son and also work a full-time job or even a part-time job. There's just no way we could work that into our schedule right now. Here's the truth that I've kind of come to understand. You know, I've obviously got my challenges in life. I've got my medical issues and I've got my son's medical issues. I'm not special in that regards though. Literally everybody has challenges. Everybody has some sort of unique challenge going on in their lives. I'm not special that I have challenges. I'm just lucky that I had a lot of those challenges when I was in the military and I'm now getting this check every single month. There's a lot of people with the same exact back issues that I have that did not have those issues because they're in the military and they do not get this check every single month. And I'm deeply empathetic for them. I really am. That money really does help me out and helps me kind of grow my business right now and helps me with my family and kind of supporting them. A couple of like macro ways you could look at this. You could say, well, that money is helping me pay for my son's therapy, which is true. Or you could say that money is helping offset the fact that my wife cannot work right now because of my son's disabilities and her taking care of him, being a caregiver for him, which is true. You can also look at it that money has helped me start my own business now, and I'm pretty successful in that industry, and I'm just about to hire my first employee now, you know, and that is also true. All these things are true and all benefits of us getting this check every single month. And this is why I support UBI and I support Andrew Yang and his proposal to give every American citizen $1,000 a month. Because the truth is everybody has challenges in their lives. Everybody does. And a lot of them, these challenges are holding people back from starting businesses and being successful in their careers and from getting their children into therapies that they need or tutoring or education or any number of things. And that's honestly where this money goes to. When I hear people say that, well, if you give somebody $1,000 a month, they're gonna be slackers and they're gonna be lazy and they're not gonna be motivated to work, that could not be further from the truth. This money has allowed me to start my own business and hustle and work my butt off. It's kind of given me that baseline that I'm not going to go below, and that really has helped me, I guess, emotionally and to take that leap of faith but also just financially every single month. If you still think that most people are going to be lazy and unproductive from $1,000 a month, just go look at our vets. Hundreds of thousands of our vets are probably receiving monthly checks from the VA, and they're going to be great case studies of how this money has actually helped them be successful after the military. If you guys are not familiar with Andrew Yang and his proposal to give every US citizen $1,000 a month, I'll have a link below to one of his speeches about this topic, or go Google Andrew Yang.